Firefly's going to give him the ultimate ability super early. Zay already managed to get himself a few Fireflies. Arano already has that ultimate available, so we're going to see that getting popped pretty quickly here as he doesn't have a weapon. But he's going to go for that katana on the backside. Finds himself some flying knives as well. It's going to give him a huge advantage into this fight. Burst now coming in for the aggression. It looks like he has found Arano. Is going to be able to get that uppercut. F ability invested from Arano to be able to take things away. We're going to be seeing him jump through. Big ball coming through. Gonna use that dash ability to just get out of dodge, trying to see if he can run away from this fight. Doesn't want to get the aggression going on too quickly, but Zay just following close behind, getting a little bit of loot as well as the fight continues.
Looking at Verse, and I'm looking at Edward. Verse with a very strong Akos. I mean, we've seen it time and time again. Verse being able to find great value. We see it there off the F2. Against Arano, this is a massive scrap off. Both of these players in that threshold already. Manages to go for the uppercut into the 201 through the window. Oh my god, that was disgusting there from Verse. In the back end now, Arano still getting chased down. Goes for the 1-2 off the long sword. Big fair there onto Zay. He's going to spin back to eliminate the damage there towards Verse's way. Zay in the pocket, goes for the jump LB. Is going to get hit off of that into an aerial R&B. Into the F2 finish there from Verse. And he's going to be snagging up our first kill for game number 6.
That was a really nice finish coming through there. And it looks like Zay wasn't able to get any sort of a reset in while that fight was happening. He has to cancel pot. They're going to flip over to the Celestra fights going on. Tryhard taking a lot of damage off of that. And it looks like Edward's going to go on to the chase, trying to see if he can get the Liam out of this lobby as early as possible. He knows one of them is TT25, so getting this elimination could be huge for him as we're going to see the other. Oh my goodness, Shenyuan coming in with the dual blades overhaul, getting the elimination off. And there, we're going to see the switch coming through on the Wu-Chen. Oh my goodness, F2 getting released, coming into the scale right. Oh my goodness, Shenyuan on the Demi. Gets hit with the Wisp again into the uppercut. Carousel, jump LMB, and there we see him getting absolutely sent. As Karn's going to go far away, and it looks like Mike going to try and see if he can come in for a third party, but Shenyuan's best hero, and I think you can agree on me with this one, is Temmie.
I mean, yes. The difference between XY's Temmie against everybody else, everybody fast throws the Wisp, and you see it there. This is how I love to play Temmie. You're able to keep the Wisp on you. If you're able to catch Pile, you can extend as we saw there with XY. He gets the LMB confirmation there off the Wisp. The body doesn't get flying back, so you're able to recatch the Pile, and that is done with multiple weapons in the game. And XY being one of those players who does it at its peak, as we see it here in Celestra. Now Mike against Action, forcing out the F there from the Justina, catches the V1, but the ultimate is gone there from Mike. Tryhard now showing up to the party, trying to back on up. Look at the potential to take out the Kylan here. Now, there's going to be a 1-2 on the ground. Action still has to use a dash. That's a dash right there. And an LMB focus there for Action. It's not an elimination onto Mike. Spider takes one up onto T225, and now he's going against Verse. This is a big scrap off. Aquas v Shayo. Oh my god, that was a disgusting shield throw there from Spider. Verse now is going to go ahead and continue his aggression onto Spider. Spider's going to go ahead and rotate on back. This is a very playground side here for these players who use this area time and time again to rotate and kite out the pressure from anybody who is looking at them. But we see Verse on purple longsword in hand, trying to see if he can catch Pile to scare rush. Doesn't matter to do so. We're going to be taking a quick look at a replay here from Mike. And once you span there from XY to 1-2-3 in the corner, Mike going to be forced to pop his ultimate on the Kylan. We have Action as well in the mix in the back end. There goes the Kylan Garden Guard there. He's going to go ahead and back on up, but he still manages to pick up the elimination onto him, and that was disgusting there from Mike.
Yeah, Mike, knowing how to turn fights around from 1 HP in a dream, he's one of the few players that's really, really skilled when it comes to getting on that low HP. He still keeps a level head, and he's able to make precise decisions. Lots of people start to panic. They start to throw attacks that they wouldn't normally be throwing out, and it does end up working against them. Mike is someone who's able to put that in their favor. And as we get to take a look at a little bit of the coach's corner, shout out Lexan in that side, looking absolutely amazing. We see Sachiko in there too. I'm not going to miss my boys, as we're going to be seeing there coming through a Verse. Now trying to make a play with these. He's got purple armor, so he's got definitely a huge health advantage against SR Spider. And the weapon's pretty similar here, but it looks like he's going full sword here, and it looks like that is going to be the game for Spider. He is going to get sent back to the Soul Altar. Verse picking up another elimination. This puts him on 3, and in actually a very good spot to win as we get another look at our player cams and our audience camera as these players who have come, these people who have come all the way from all around the world to beautiful Riyadh to come take a look at our Naraka Bladepoint mid-season championship.
Another Yodo in the back end there from Zay, forcing out the F there from XY. Edward now looking for the perfect opportunity to throw these Storm Blades. We see it now, drop it down. Last hit. No, it's Zay with the last hit onto XY. Edward, though, manages to get the hits onto Zay. He's going to go ahead and recast the ultimate on the Yodo He-Man over holding. Now the ultimate is gone. Back to Prile. Comes in off the nunchucks. Tries to go for the swap. Doesn't manage to connect. And Edward, from his showing the bi-weekly in the fall split, had the best Wu-Chen in the league. And he did manage to be so close to taking bi-weekly 1 off the fall split on that Wu-Chen character for his last game. So this is still a very high potential game for him to win, but we're looking at the overall kills. WBG's first on 3 kills already, posted up for the remainder of this game with 3 kills, looking to take this Roman Yang. We see him here as well as T225 and Zeldich waiting it out. Alani there for Zeldich, waiting to take this Roman Yang. A little bit of B-roll of Celestia. Spider, though, 1 elimination on the board. Still very close matches. My own prediction was ending in game 6. And right now, with how everything is looking, it is probably the outcome that we're going to get with how well Verse has been stacking up throughout this whole game in the elimination department and in the scaling department. We do have our realm now starting to form on up. Players starting to rotate. T225 on the top side of the map. Zay on the top right-hand side. Edward, though, going to go ahead and play the cave. Going to pick up the resources from there as well as the Fireflies. And that is the beauty of playing in a nighttime map. You're able to invest that ultimate. If there are Fireflies around, you're able to get that ult right back up.
And Edward doing a really good job of claiming all of that. You saw him drop the Soul Jades that he had in his inventory, the blue rarity ones, not giving you any sort of attack modifier buff, just so that he could go in and swoop those up before anybody else had the opportunity to claim that. And it looks like Zelding is going to try and get himself a little bit of an advantage coming through onto that and see if he can get any sort of contest going through onto Edward. But this is going to be something that could be interesting for. If we saw the map earlier, we saw Tryhard and Zay both going into this Realm of Yang. So we might get to see a Tryhard v Zay round, which could be super interesting to get to see. Looks like we're going to see Spider going for that Spirit Well here, and we are going to be getting Zay versus Arano. That's going to be our first Realm of Yang fight. Looks like Nunchucks are going to connect off the top side. Arano now able to give a lot of damage through onto Zay. Seeing the Nunchuck charge come through, Zay's completely gone out of the shield. He's going to get that Prio catch off, but it doesn't connect through as the F ability does get invested. Now Arano going to send that ball out to try and see if he can get any extra damage. Panic F is actually going to get released into the ultimate here. This isn't a good spot for Zay to be in. He's actually losing a lot of HP, and just fighting as a Yodo into this character, the Lani, is just not going to be the best matchup, as we're going to see Arano's going to be able to maintain complete control of that fight and eliminate Zay right off of that.
I mean, yeah, he just gets caught up 2 times off the fake out there from the ball throw. Spin left and right, try to off your opponent out, and you see it there working perfectly there for Arano. He is going to be snagging up that win. Mike as well, T225 as well. All these players starting to scale on up. Gold halberds in hand for Mike. Offer to play the purple flying knives. I mean, once again, that weapon being a staple in these players' hands. They love the flying knives. It has everything. Close range, mid-range, long range. I mean, that weapon overall has been, if not the best weapon in the game. But we are going to be taking a quick replay, looking at the Realm Yang against T225 and Action. Action on the Justina, trying to see if he can find Prio off the flying knives. Oh my god, B1 Leo catches him off guard, gets the jump Bell and Bees ×2, and T225 there with elimination onto Action, and that was just disgusting. And now Mike against Frostivus. This was the 3rd Realm of Yang. Mike investing that Kyler ultimate, gets dazzled there off the Syro ultimate, has F to break out of that, still has O online, catches the first dash, the second one is good as well. Now full throttling in with the 3 slashes, does connect, and Mike now with 2 kills on the board.
And we'd like to see that action coming out. It looks like Tryhard opted to not go into the Realm of Yang there. We're going to be seeing now on Yang depletion, that's going to be Frostivus, Action, and Zay. Now taking a look at this scrap-off coming through here. Action fighting against Arano. Arano's actually taking a lot of damage here. Or Action, sorry, is taking a lot of damage. We have ultimates available, so now we're going to see that Justina ultimate get invested just for the dash away And it looks like he's just going to use it to try and kite out defensive ultimate invested as the zone does start to close. He's going to take it to the outskirts, trying his hardest to get away from this, but the jump LMB going to come in. The second one does connect, but the Justina ultimate dash is going to be used to kite out most of that situation. We're going to see some pistol shots coming through here. He thinks he's on the top side, but it looks like we're going to let him get a pot into the scale rush. We are going to be seeing Arano still trying to give that chase over to the side of action. Incapable of connecting with him, but he's still trying to keep up that chase. If he's able to get the catch here, it's going to be over for action, but Arano, he gets the catch into the jump LMB, into another jump LMB, as we're going to be seeing that last little bit coming through, but after that second jump LMB, Action's always going to be able to kite this out. Oh, big parry coming through. The F ability into the scale rush and 1 HP and the jump LMB finisher. CA, you must be so happy with the jump LMB.
Wow, but we're looking at the leaderboard right now. Edward out of game 6. One of our 6 players out of the game already. Had a rough on the Wu Chen. Did have a good showing in the bi-weekly for the fall split, but unfortunately here in the MSC did not have the same outcome as we see it here. Already out of game 6, but now first still, he just played this out very slow. He's already up 3 kills. Arano as well manages to snag up that last kill onto Action, and now 2 players on that bottom 6 are out. We have 4 left. One has Yang depletion timer. Is going to be Zay. Massive parry to reverse onto Frostivus. He's going to eat up all that damage from the longsword. LMB Prow here for Frostivus. F2 here for Burst to back on up. Burst now going to be forced to try to cut out the pressure. He's going to be able to use the side of this terrain to get the scare rush game strong. Frostivus now coming right back in. Grapple LMB. We have a big commotion happening here in the middle of the map. Zay, Salty, Toronto, and we also have another player on the top side. It's going to be Edward. No, it's another player. Tryhard, sorry. Arano now. LMB Prowl. LMB to the jump LMB. He's forcing out the F there from the Yodo He-Man. He's going to use the F there for the knockback to take that Yodo out into the massive R&B. And Arano now with elimination onto Zay. He's going to snag up his 3rd match of the energy there from Verse.
What a play, and that's just the counter ability of that Yodo F2. It's so easy to be able to get them out of that healing circle, where usually beforehand people didn't know how to counter it as much. They would try and go for some sort of way to knock them out, but it looks like these players have the number of these Yodo Himeis becoming less and less viable, even though we've seen it so much in the tournament. Frostum is trying to make something happen, but it's just not working for him. Versus just a demon right now into the double grapple. Oh, tries to go for the engraving, but it's not going to connect. We're going to see Frost. Oh, big parry going to come through. No ultimate available for Verse and no F ability. He does have combo break up in a few seconds. Cavalry Bloom going to get released, and Verse getting absolutely sent flying right now, but we are going to see Frostivus go out to the F ability. He charges it up to Gold Focus and takes him out, and that is going to be Frostivus game number 6.
Yeah, Verse though, 4 kills on the board right now. Looking to take the Realm of Yang. Arano already with 3, waiting for his opponent in the second Realm of Yang of game number 6. Who is going to take it? And it's going to be SR Spider, another player in the top 6. Waiting this out, gonna go ahead and pop the tuna. Gold fist plates in hand, and this is where it all matters. SR Spider against WZ Arano. Shayo versus Lonnie. Now, it's gonna be Arano starting up high with the pistol shot. Doesn't manage to connect. The drop down here from Spider. Goes to the parry bait. Doesn't manage to connect. Arano now, both players parry. Click comes in there. Wingus is good there for Arano to dash through. And now Spider, both players literally mirroring each other's moves there with the pistol shots. Overholds LME Pride there for Arano, forcing out the Shayo old Spider now, playing around the pillars, the 1-2, Arano as well, invested the F, army focus there, cancellation there from Spider, jumps to avoid getting LMB Pride, Arano now, trying to look for the scare rushes to the army focus, and now since the LMB focus gets the damage, health is even, pistol shots come in, Shayo ultimate invested, Arano now, potentially has the upper hand, no, the Shayo is able to block all the balls here, Spider now, is gonna go ahead and take a quick reset in, Arano as well, take 1 pot in the back end now, Click comes in, looks to be the mix-up. Shield throw is good there for Spider. Arano now. Tap dodge is on now. Another shield proc there for Spider from Arano. In the back end now. Second shield throw is good there for Spider once again. Arano just has to wait it out. Both ults are gone now. Back to neutral. RB focus connects for Spider. Back to to 5 there for Spider onto Arano. And now Arano is going to go ahead and try to cut out the pressure on the top side. Playing the pillars to scare rush on out. Drops right back down. Still applying pressure. Arano Click comes in off the scare rush. Overholds. Massive fair there for Spider, and that could be enough damage. The R&B focus there for Spider, and Arano's gonna fall, and he is gonna be getting that Yang depletion.
Oh my goodness, Spider with the parry to be able to finish that off. That was such an intense battle. The way that these players are able to just mirror each other's movements, get these abilities going at the exact same time, the timing, the spacing, the amount of skill that these players are putting in to this game is absolutely insane. As we're going to be seeing Zelding now trying to see if he can get the chase off onto Tryhard. He's got that blistering edge Soul Jade on the pole sword. He's going to try and send out that flaming burst that does so much damage and also does that burn tick that's going to make it incredibly difficult to get out of. We're going to be seeing Arano now trying to keep the press up as well on the third party, but it's not connecting too quickly with there. We're going to see him try to go for the scale rush. Mike has now jumped into the mix. Mike is now at 3 eliminations, Verse on 4, as well as Arano on 3. So Mike is definitely trying to go aggro for the MVP here. He was able to pick himself up an elimination in the realm of Yang against YZG's T225, who's using that V01 ultimate. We are seeing how he was able to do that in our replay system here that the lovely team at the EWC has been able to put together for us. Mike now, Kylan ultimate invested. Looks like he's trying to go for something pretty crazy here against Zelding, but Zelding's doing a really good job of kiting everything out. And now we're flipping over gold dual halberds in hand, trying to see if we can make anything happen, but it looks like it's going to be unable to connect. But the follow-up going to come through. F ability invested. Zelding 1 HP in a dream right now, going to try and kite this out, but it's looking like it's wraps for him. Tryhard has been fully eliminated from this game, as we do see that happen here off camera, as he was trying to kite this out earlier, but now has been eliminated. Spider now jumping into the mix of this fight. Zelding is back up to a decent amount of HP. It looks like he was able to get an armor swap and a reset in, and now everybody's still giving the chase down on Belen.
Yeah, I mean, Zeldich with common armor, just like a fish in the water with sharks. It's just so easy to apply so much damage, especially now. We see gold fist blades in hand for Spider. So much damage being able to come on out. Massive parry there from Zeldich, I believe. Does manage to back on up. Who's going to pick up this elimination? It might is able to get this kill, but no, it's First. And First now with 5 on the Akos. Very, very big there for First now, picking up 5 eliminations. And we have T225 still with Yang depletion and timer. If Mike falls, we can have our MVP, and we are going to end at game number 6. Mike now picking up all the resources there from that falling body. Spider backs on up. First now getting applied some of the pressure. We see Spider and First are gonna get hit there from the remainder of the lobby. We have the Aqua's ultimate out here from First. Spider now trying to back on up here in the back end. We do have him being able to kite out the pressure. Cancels the ult, has 18% on the ultimate. T225 and Spider both being those 2. And Spider's gonna pick up the elimination onto First. And that's 3 for Spider. Spider moves on up. First with 5. But if Spider's able to close on out, he can't take the MVP right now, as well as Arano with 3 on the board. This is super close here, Seb.
And look at that. T225 actually managed to cleanse his Yang depletion off of Spider's elimination. He did manage to snap up that Soul Bloom before Spider was able to claim it, as we are going to be seeing coming through here. So it is anyone's game. Verse has been eliminated, so Verse is no longer in the talks for being able to hit MVP. He's actually plus 6 points. So no, there's no way that Verse will be able to come away with the MVP, just given the fact that any of these players are going to be able to catch up to that point threshold and surpass that if they get the kill multiplier. So Spider, Arano, and T225 are looking for the win. Mike is looking to keep the game alive for the bottom half of the lobby. And I have a feeling that Mike is going to MVP here. Just something in the air on this beloved OG map of Morris Isle is telling me that we're going to be seeing OUG's Mike taking away game number 6.
We're going to have to wait and see it. If Mike gets eliminated here, if he does get picked out by the remainder of the lobby, once again, 3 players out of the 4 already eligible to take the chip home. That being Spider, Arano, and T225. Mike, yes, he does have 3 kills on the board. First gets taken out with 5, but if one of these players, like Spider or Arano, are able to snag up 2 kills, even T225 has the potential. The multiplier is going to be a big factor, and we see it here. We're waiting out. Oh my God, Mortal Defiance ×2 for SR Spider, and he's posted up for the Spirit Wheel as well. Spider playing it very smart right now, and one of the GOATs to ever touch the game is posted up very nicely here in this end game 6.
And he lets them know he has it. He dropped them down, letting them know that he's got 2 Mortal Defiance Soul Jade, and we are going to see that Yang depletion start to come through. SR Spider has claimed that Realm of Spirit, and look at this, Spider is now going to go for this Realm of Yang. So Frostivus started a trend last game where the player who wins first Spirit Well is going to be able to go through and claim that second one. Now Spider going to be able to claim this almost completely uncontested. It looks like they're going to give him buff here.
Yeah, Spider, the only one without Yang depletion, and a lot of the pressure has been happening going towards Mike's way. He still has O online. Now Spider, a little bit of love tap here from Murano. Spider's to be able to catch the R&B Prowl in the back end now. Flag trying to get captured there from Murano. We see Mike now coming in hot here with a Calvary Blue. Raw uppercut in the back end. Spider with the R&B focus there onto Murano. Goal long sword in hand once again. LB there from Mike in the back end. Murano now getting sandwich in the backside. Comes in, and now Phoenix blasts up a lead bow shot as well. Murano's going to be forced to pop this ultimate, and Spider snags up the kill, and that's 4 on the board there for Spider. And Spider now might coming up hot here with a big parry. T to the 5. Now he'll be forced to back on up. Spider sees that player low in the backside. Jump LMBs gets caught up with the V1, but it's not going to be able to do much because the F is still online there for Spider. T to the 5 now trying to fight back with that purple fan, and Spider has the upper hand once again. Just waiting for this ult to completely run on out. There goes the TP. Spider can just wait this out. That's all the charges on that Liam ultimate. Mike still has Yang depletion timer, and he's choosing T225. The pressure's gonna be going towards T225's way. Spider definitely be engraving. Mike tries to go for the follow-up off the R&B. T225 still kind of not the pressure. Bane in the middle. We could potentially get a Bane hit there onto T225. He's playing with fire. Mike though still not being able to find T225. Scare rush for Spider. They're trying to see if they can catch that player. Mike spots him in the backside. T225 now forced to back on up. Now who's gonna pick the last hit? That's one mortal. Mike now in the back end still drops half of that gold armor. Spider still looking for the last and final hit. T225 with no armor online. Mike's gonna go ahead and invest on Kylan ultimate in the backside, looking for the hits. But T225 has a beautiful kite right now. Nobody being able to catch line of sight. A base spot, but not clipping in the backside. Now inside the wall, so much damage. Mike picks up one, cleanse as well, and now it's a final 1v1 once again. Spider against Mike, 4 with 4 eliminations. Spider still has no online. The Kylan ultimate is about to run on out. We do see the kiting from Mike this time around. There's used so much resources. The Cavalier Bloom is good there from Mike. In the backside, double scare rush there from Mike. We see it now. And the backside's gonna be a full reset in, and we're going to distance here, Seb.
Oh my goodness. One will win the whole title. One will keep the game going. Mike with a huge LMB Proud to be able to come through with an uppercut combo. We're gonna see the ult invested into the gap loop. Oh my goodness, Spider's incredibly low. We're going to see the red tome used to just get a little bit of distance coming through. Shio ultimate now popped. 78% on the ultimate for Mike. Mike has the opportunity to save the game for the bottom 6, but keep in mind, Spider has 2 Mortal Defiance available. He hasn't used a single one yet. LMB probably going to get given over to this side. He's got the throw coming through. Mike is losing so much HP right now. We're going to see Kylan ultimate invested again coming through, using that to proc the last shield available of Spider, but oh my goodness, he's got the gold armor swap available. He still has 2 Mortal Defiances in the back end. This could be wraps for Mike here, but he's able to get the immortality proc to come through on his side, bringing it around with that Kylan ultimate. Kylan ult is down now, gonna go for a reset here, but this is unfortunate. Spider still has those 2 Mortal Defiance Soul Jades coming through, and that is going to be absolutely insane. Mike needs to dominate this fight. 2 Mortal Defiance. He's got the tome for the red tome for the dagger, and he's also got 1. If he gets parried, he will be able to bring it back. He's got that Varja's grip. Oh, pistol shot through the wall is going to connect. Mike now on the health disadvantage. This is going to be a very interesting fight. See it? Oh my goodness, the parry. Mike is cooked. Here we go. Spider trying to come through with the jump LMB. The 1-2 coming out into the 1-2-3, but we don't see it come through. F ability invested. Mike trying to go for a bit of a heal. Spider is going to go for the reset as well.
Wow, back to neutral. We've gotten to neutral 3 times already. Goes on the scare rush, tries to go for the parry. Mike now catches scare rush Prowl into the 1-2 mix. RB Prowl uses the dagger tone once again. Weave there from Mike, being able to avoid all those slashes. Problem for Mike. F caught in for Spider, and I believe this is another reset. No, Mike now by the pistol.
Oh!
That's a pair there from Mike, and now on the backside, Spider trying to stay up, loses all that gold armor. We have the health advantage going towards Mike's way. The 1-2 makes it for Spider. Since the 1-0, Mike with another parry, has this up as well. Spider is one shot, one more to the Defiance procs. Now Spider responds with a big parry. Mike now trying to stay up, F caught in. Spider still playing longsword here in the situation. In the backside, catches power. I think Spider does it here. That's RP jump LBs. The terrain is in his favor, and Spider wins. Spider takes MSC EWC 25 Festival.
Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, we have crowned our solos champion for the EWC Mid-Season Challenge 2025 Festival. Here we go. SR Spider is going to be our champion.